Hi again. So, how are things going?
I don't know.
Goodbye.
Hold on. Where are my logic boosters? There we go. There we go. I got all the logics now. Alright, let's try this again.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. But you digress.
So what's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind.
Right.
This is going well.
Okay.
Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
Alright, thanks a lot, Brain.
It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But
What are you talking about? Hey, about the church. I checked it out.
And? What happened?
Well, I had a little talk with the crab man.
Oh, man. Who is he? What did you think?
He seemed alright, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
these guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, fellas. I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
Yeah, I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
A half-hearted sell of something which does not seem worth buying.
No, I'm really not feeling it at all.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Yeah, Oda 9. Rocking it or dropping it?
Well, she did not like the Anodic Dance Club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honour Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, Does she like Nordic dance music?
She does not. She really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I'm not gonna throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Let's try this again.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary.
But Suna said they haven't been honest with me.
Haven't they? Or maybe it's that mean programmer herself who's been lying to you. How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Goodbye, officer.
Ah, shit. Alright. The air is too thick in there. I gotta bounce.
Yes, what is it?
Look, what if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
You don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Maybe I can convince you.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Hey, listen, about your research. You mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
And by your old workspace, do you mean the studio Forge's accident in the doomed commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
And by bookstore lady, do you mean Plaisance?
That's her name, I believe?
Well, actually, I've already been inside the doomed commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
And where exactly is the offside copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you.
Oh.
It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss.
Right.
You just need to get the offside copy from the ice bear.
Uh-huh, I understand.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying,
I found a note from the ice bear fridge. It said the offside copy had been moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offside copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Swilslav.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
So what exactly is an offside copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project. The radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
she's making it extra simple for you.
Yeah, I can see that.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Hey, hold on. If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Oh.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
Alright, we're clear. I'll go look for the offside copy.
Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multitool.
Oh?
You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
This glorious multi-tool makes a regular pry bar completely obsolete.
Alright then. I'll let you work in peace now. Let's check this baby out. A multi-tool. A pry bar plus 2. If you will. Built by Kvalsund in Vasa. The number of gadgets hidden within the frame of the yellow and gray multi-tool will stagger any technician. So... I still need the chain cutters, but... when it comes to prying things open... Oh god, whoa! That's a big beast. That's a big multi-tool right there. Alright then.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
I will try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Hey, Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No, I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Oh, well. It's interesting information to know. Thanks for sharing it with me. What do we got over here? Oh, this leads back to this area that we visited before, right? Yeah, I think so. It's picked clean, so it has to be an area that we visited. That's how I can tell now. Alright, let's go to this side. What do we have here?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Trond Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitaragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
What was that about the windows?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Right, and what's this about hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
I'm starting to think that way. So you and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail,
Really?
say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
So what's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, research and technological development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
Interesting. Alright, I will look at the building looming over me.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Well, I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
And what was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
So what happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Huh. And how did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Yeah.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, what the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, and who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Come on. There's no place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center of Arts.
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
Oh, God.
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
If only the RCM could have gotten some of those.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, It pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
What's the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype.
Oh.
Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
And why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype.
Huh.
Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
And what did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
And what was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year '02.
Uh-huh.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Really?
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Do you know what happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Tape computers, right.
Tape computers.
Sure. So you're saying that Feld Electrical was the ones who built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A what wheel?
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
So it would seem. I wanted to ask you something else.
But of course, what else?
Thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Uh-huh.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Well, sure. I'm sure that as much as we've learned new things, he has learned new things from us as well.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says,
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Looks like it, yeah. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. Oh! 5 reals. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here. Oh, there we go. We've reached a dead end finally. So now we know that we're officially done with that area. Let's move on to this area. Let's go up. Oh! Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Hold on a minute, I think I know who these people are. Soggy logs smelling of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this gem.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Hello?
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Hello, you must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Your wife sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Well, the water lock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary! We can go soon! If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
If I may, how did you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up, if you prod a little.
So it seems like that you're living your childhood dream out here.
It's not child's play. Just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
So why not be just a zoologist? I mean, real animals are puzzling too.
Real? I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
Well, it does seem like a lot of wishful thinking, cryptozoology.
My methods are the same as those of other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence, and I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
I wasn't talking about the methods, though.
Your nerve endings tell you there is no such thing as a positive surprise.
And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
So, you've never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
I see. So how many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorised as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
So 2 out of 4,082 have proven to be real.
Yes, the Chateauquin forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
But 2 out of 4,000, that's not even 1%.
In fact, it is 0.05%. Ever more magnificent, should our search contribute to making that number 0.075%.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Alright, well, what kinds of evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
Right. No, thanks for explaining that. Now, about something else.
Yes?
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, First of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
How big is this phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
Seems puny, to be honest.
And what makes it so difficult to find?
good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
And what sorts of specialized techniques are we talking about here?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
So why are you so interested in the stick bug anyway? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Really?
Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Would be glory itself.
So, what have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Well, your wife said that there's been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Well, maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Oh, well, that's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I try my best to remain dispassionate.
Could you tell me more about these traps of yours?
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Oh, your wife designed the traps.
Yes.
More than some, he admires this about her.
And how do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
So is that what you're using as bait? Locusts?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
A meat-eating stick insect? Seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Oh.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
So what will he do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you.
Oh.
The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
I see.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Alright, let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Let's talk about specific cryptids.
All right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what...
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Alright. Which cryptid did you almost catch? You said before that you almost caught one?
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Go on, tell me. What are willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals, as they seem to have evolved directly from trees. They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the phasmid we're looking for here.
So wait, I may have seen these willow people without knowing it?
You probably have.
So how did you almost catch a willow person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paint. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow, dashing through the grove.
Uh-huh. And then what?
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lavender shadow.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined. Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
Alright, can you tell me about a cool cryptid? Any cryptid.
No offence, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Well, enough tales then. Let's change the subject.
By all means.
I'll get going now. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Hello, Gary.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much to see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I am a by-the-books, clean as a whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion. But someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
I'm sorry, did he say Revacol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
So are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
Do you by any chance know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
Yep.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
So you were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi?
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be the really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Are you, Gary? Are you a racist?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Sure. Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
Sure. 20 reals, please.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
So how did you get into the trash container, Gary? You do know that it's locked, right?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
A master key for the trash containers of Martinez. Now why would you need to get into everyone's trash, Gary?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Now, Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Oh, please, by all means, do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yeah. And then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
And, you wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Alright, Gary, let's move on. For now.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small way.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your cooperation. We'll see you later. Gonna need some high composure here. Heavy military blockades riddled with bullet holes crumbling. Okay. We have very low composure. Do we have outfits, clothes that increase our composure or decrease our composure? No. So no decreases, but any increases. Endurance, electrochemistry, suggestion, reaction speed. Oh, shoes. We got the shoes of composure. And that's it. Okay. Let's see. Put on the snakeskin shoes. And, we'll put on another point into composure. Why not?
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking.
Oh.
The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
What?
The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it up?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already.
Oh.
But the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. 1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
I don't know about all that. I'm not so sure now. Magnesium-based life forms. -1 shivers. The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. -1 suggestion. That's not really helpful, is it? Alright. Let's try our luck with Gary here.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
Why is he shifting around like that? What's going on, Gary?
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Hey, you got prayer beads in there? Are those what I'm hearing?
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness. Not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for your cooperation. We'll see you later. Maybe...
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Here we go. Hey, have you noticed anything off about your friend Gary?
No. No, of course not. Why?
Are you sure?
Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip. More so than usual. That's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up.
I see.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of the law. I mean, officers.
Oh, didn't unlock anything there. Alright, well, Gary, you watch yourself. Because we will back. We will back, yes. We will back it up. Until there's no way out for you. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Sorry about that. Let's take a break. And, now we're back. So, there we go. A buoy. Bob's in the water. The number on it says 11. Oh. It's impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. Well, can we tell them that they can't? Oh, what's this? There's stairs over there and stuff. Hold on, what does this mean? There's an area over there that we can access somehow. Interesting. For now, we just keep exploring here on the coast. Thing. Come on. Pick it up already. There we go. I gotta be real far away from it. Can't be too close. No boat in the boathouse today. Oh, oversized superstar glasses. Are they any good? +1 savoir-faire and -1 visual calculus. No, I don't know about that. Doesn't sound like a right fit. Boat has shallowly constructed. Strong breeze might blow it over. More money. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Hey, look, Kim. Even more bullet holes. There's definitely something something's definitely gone down here.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
And why is that?
The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world.
Of course. But why this many bullet holes?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Never mind, I'm too dumb.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
No.
Laughing at you and the world.
Damn you. Damn you, bullet holes. I should have worn my visual calculus glasses. Sign says, Entrée interdite. Interdite. An old ticker-taker booth no longer in operation. People paid money to park here. No one would pay now. And... What? What do you want? The boards crack dangerously as I run. Be careful here. Wow. Very helpful. Hell yeah, man. We're getting rich. Gonna be the richest cop this side of Martinez. The door is not only barred shut, it's inaccessible. A felon people. Is that a hat? +2 logic. Oh, not visual calculus. -1 perception. No. I'm not gonna replace my Dick Mullen hat. There's no way. Unless it has really, really good bonuses, I'm not gonna replace it. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Oh. Are we stuck here? Can we get down? No? Seriously? We have to go all the way? Okay. This is a dead end then. Of sorts. Guys, come on. Why does it have to be a specific pixel that I have to walk on? Come on. If you spend more time on developing the game rather than writing just a bunch of crazy horseshit, we wouldn't be in the situation. Section of the code hasn't been used in decades. Alright, great, thanks. I'm getting real tired in my brain now. Getting real annoyed. First it was helpful, now it's just annoying. Okay, so I think the north side... Seriously, grass means can't walk? Come on. Little black swallow circles above me. I hear a chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Okay, we're back here now. So yeah, I think the north side has been explored now, so we can go down here. See if we missed anything. No. I don't think so. This is where... Yeah, this is where the little girl was. Oh! Hold on, what's going on here? Who do we have here?
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse. You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Hey, who are you? What's your name?
Don't call Abigail!
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Oh, what is it?
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
Can you tell me about your friends over here?
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me? Abigail?
Hey man, I need you to wake up here. I'm in an important official investigation. I demand you to answer my questions.
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing a really disgusting, hacking cough. He does not sound well at all.
Alright.
Don't call Abigail.
I'll just walk away then.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Hello?
So what's happening?
Who's Tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
I don't know. People tell me I'm a cop, and I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
Oh.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom's Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
So what is this Tequila Sunset you keep talking about?
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
And how do you know that?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Oh.
No, you sure don't.
No, I sure don't.
I don't think you're ready for that grade of reality yet. It'd be ill-advised for me to tell you. You gotta go do the intro yourself. Come back when you've been to the motor carriage. Tequila.
He points toward the waterline with his bottle.
Oh. So, well, I think I know enough about... I think I've had the intro now. Can you tell me the Tequila Sunset story?
Didn't I already say? I don't want to be the one who breaks it to you.
Oh.
And also scary to tell you.
So you're talking about a different motor carriage, okay. What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
Uh-huh.
Please don't call.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
I see. I'll be seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Okay. Whatever you say, pal.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Huh?
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
I see. Amphetamine, huh?
Aye. By amphetamine, I mean speed.
I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Aye. That's what I said.
Uh-huh. Got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
What does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
Go on.
You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
Keep him talking.
What do you mean, what? What do you think was funny earlier?
This guy.
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Where'd you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
Oh. That sounds dangerous.
It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes. Those arseholes charged me £4 to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
And how's that?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for £3 if you want it.
Don't say it.
I think it will prove useful, yes.
£3 and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
Well done. You got it.
Yes.
That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
I'll take the spirits.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
Son, you will not kill yourself with this. Not today. So we're going to store this as a sellable item. Go sell it at the pawn shop for a profit.
So, you keep calling me friend. Do we know each other?
Sure, friend. You know it.
Don't mind old Rosemary here. He's a buffoon. Let's have a word after your high-concept transactions. I'll give you the lowdown.
Alright. Well, this is quite the business venture you've set up here.
Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
What do you mean?
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
The hook? Where is it? I can't see it.
Looks like you're on your own hook, too.
Of course, of course, of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy. It's the people.
He has long forgotten what you were talking about.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm off, friend.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Oh. Alright. I will. Thanks. How am I supposed to... What? Oh. Go around? All the way around? Okay. All the way... Oh, this is just a bench. This is where we came from, right? Yeah, this is... We're starting to loop back to the beginning. Hey, these pants weren't here before. What? I can't just walk down here? Like that? Like that? No? Okay. Can I interact with the, spirits? I can't even drink it. I can only pawn it. Okay. What about these new pants? +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Moralist pants. It's hardly helpful, is it? Are they good? I don't know.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
Yeah, I like regular, normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense? This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you.
Alright, you keep talking. It's not gonna affect me. Okay, so we get down from... Oh! Hold on. Hey, this is a new area? Have I been here before? I can't really tell you, to be honest. Oh yeah, I've been here. Yeah, this is... The mysterious red chair is here. So, there you go. But I haven't explored out here. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. And this must be the motor carriage. Huh.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible.
This isn't mine, is it?
Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
Ah, this is where the tracks on the plaza were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob Er's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ.
Yes, yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
I will run my hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
So what should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Huh. And what is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out. But you do see a monkfish float by.
Alright, I guess I'll just sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede. You got any,
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the reeds. Further away, a flock of seagulls lands. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
So, was your dad also, you know?
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Zeolite.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who my mom or dad was.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Do you think I will ever find my gun?
God, I hope so.
I've been thinking. If I put enough time into eating right and exercising, I could turn myself into a living weapon. Then I wouldn't even need a gun.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the mark now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Oh.
Yes. Why haven't you?
Well...
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Right. Hey, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
This must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41.
Right. Or 41 is the number of a police precinct? Your
What?
precinct.
What?
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you.
Uh-oh.
You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy, and the air tastes sour to breathe. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
No. No.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
No, seriously. I mean, this is just a coincidence.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Oh, God, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea?
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The badge, the gun, and now this?
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
People, yes, but not you.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone?
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
God, I don't have that kind of money.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Well, how do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So it's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now. That's something.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Yeah. Let's go take a look. Oh! Is that... That's my badge, isn't it? Hey! Hold on. We got a +1 visual calculus uniform. Jacket. Ew. I don't know about that. Here we go. Look at that guy. Thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, I see a man stare back at me, a younger version of me, already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Hey, I found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
Right. Let me study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
I will look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old is the photo?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And why is he winking?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus, though there's a pinch of that in your cheeks already. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name, Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
It's meant to keep you safe from bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Well, I think it's too late for a name change, isn't it? So, Harrier Dubois will have to do.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Serial REV 12-62-05-JAM41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt.
Yeah.
The 41st is...
What?
It's a tough station to work in.
Oh.
You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
I see.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse. to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Who?
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Date of issue 7th of November 50.
4 months ago. Seems like a new document was recently made. One is handed to you as part of a promotion, or if you lose the old one.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
And what's this? Rank LTN-2JFR.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What the hell's a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
Right. And what's a W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice. Thus your W. Freighter.
Twice? Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken. Or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
Huh. What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
I see.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
What's a satellite officer?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
So you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
And to think, this whole time I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks. That gives me hope.
Good.
Let's turn back to the documents.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads,
I think I'm gonna put the badge away.